my distinct pleasure and privilege to once again welcome you to the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in the beautiful city of Hollywood, Florida, for Unconquered, brought to you by Action Fight League. And tonight's contest is sanctioned by UMAF. This 135-pound kickboxing matchup will be judged by your referee, Howard Padrino, and 4 judges, Elian Rodriguez, Rico Brockington, Lou Martinez, and Dr. Denise Jacobs. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5 feet, 10 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds even, fighting out of American Top Team Sunrise, by way of Lauderhill, Florida, sporting a record of 5 wins and 2 losses. Give it up for Jamari McNichols. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 feet, 7 inches tall, weighing in at 133.8 pounds, fighting out of American Top Team Aventura, by way of Sunrise, Florida, with a record of 3 wins and 0 losses. Give it up for Carlos, the Tasmanian Tiger Rodriguez. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get down to business.
And how about that stare to the camera from the Tasmanian Tiger? He was stoic, staring into that camera, nothing but focus.
Well, you know, it's been my experience being a fighter for 28 years, pro fighter. It doesn't matter what they look like before the fight. Sometimes they're smiling and it's scary and they knock you out. Sometimes they're grimacing, they're intimidating, and they get knocked out. So you never know. Never know.
So it's the Hitman in the blue corner versus the Tasmanian Tiger in the red. Here we go. Jamari McNichols in the white trunks with the blue gloves. Carlos Rodriguez with the red gloves and red Muay Thai trunks.
It's interesting, just, you know, they're opposite. You know, one's orthodox and one's southpaw. Carlos is southpaw.
I like how Jabari's up on his toes, nice and light, ready to strike. Switching stances.
Jamari throws some hard kicks, I'll tell you that. He's not just sticking them out there, placing them, he's throwing them hard. This is what they call the feeling out process. They're not really sure how fast the other guy is. They don't really know what he's going to do if they move in close. And
measuring as well.
yeah. It looks like he's trying to land that big, what I would call a sucker kick. You know, you're looking at his hands and all of a sudden the kick lands. But that's not a bread and butter move. In other words, the leg is a little slower than the hands. Oh, good left hook there. Almost landed.
So far, Carlos Rodriguez doing the stalking, which definitely helps with the judges.
He's what they call bringing the fight. So if he fought the same way his opponent is, there'd be no fight here. It's just staying away and moving.
How about that spinning back heel kick, Don? That made you happy. He says, Don the Dragon is cage side. I got to do a little bit of I got to do something.
He better not be worrying about anything going on outside this cage.
Good point.
It's all in between those ring ropes. That was definitely an even round to me because I didn't see a lot of aggressive offensive success either way. Some feeling out, but yeah, no damage being done either way.
I like how Jamari pulled his legs away from those kicks to keep the damage to a minimum. He spun on the tip of his toes.
Like he just backed up a little bit right there.
Half the fight's not getting hit.
At least. At least for me, yeah.
There you see the hitman. Jamari McNichols, ATT, Sunrise. Shout out to Roger Crawl. There you see Chuck the Man. And Carlos Rodriguez out of ATT, Aventura. Randy Barroso.
Carlos is undefeated. He's never been beaten.
Yeah, 3-0. Good point. Round 2, here we go.
I would expect he's going to get aggressive right now since he's never been beat, and that was a close round, so he doesn't know if he won or not. I don't believe he has any right to feel like totally confidence he won that first round. So he's if he's sticking true to his form, he's really going to try to win. He's going to crowd Jamari.
Inside leg kick, and Jamari claims it hit the groin. Referee differs. Oh, nice outside leg kick. Almost swept him.
What about Jamari? When you come at him, he tries to counter with that hook, and he can catch it. If you're on one foot, you're throwing a kick, and you get hit with the chin with a hook, you're out.
The thing that I would kind of like to look into, you see the intensity in Carlos Rodriguez. I don't know if that shows as much on TV as it shows here cage side, but he's super intense, and I'm wondering if he can stay relaxed in that state of mind. If you can ride that tiger and keep that intensity but be relaxed at the same time, otherwise you might gas yourself out.
My guess is he looks like it's controlled aggression. He looks like he's not burning energy. He's not huffing and puffing. He's just trying to get through the defense. And I think maybe the problem is Carlos has got the reach on him. And it's kind of like stymied him a little bit. He can't quite get in clean. Carlos has got a long left jab straight. And
yeah, Jamari is great defense. You see, he's feeling it. You see him going back to his corner like, I got this guy.
Well,
because he looked
his stiff, long jab kept him off.
It's like he solved the riddle of Carlos, and his defense started really coming alive in the last minute of the round.
This may show a little bit better here. Even did a little inside kick to the leg that kind of threw Carlos off a little bit. I was told these fights are going to be close, but darn it, how come everyone ends up it could go either way. This third round might decide it.
Chuck looks like he's out of central casting over there. He looks like Mickey and Rocky. See him over there? Carlos Rodriguez showing he's cool as a cucumber, both brushing the hair off his forehead.
No fatigue, both ready to go 100 miles an hour right now. It's going to win. Whoever wants it, it's going to show it right now.
Jamari on the way to his corner at the end of round 2, showing a lot of energy and enthusiasm. Really feels like he's got Carlos's number.
Well, sometimes they show that for psychological advantage on their opponents. Opponents are feeling tired and they look across the ring and the guy looks fresh. It's a little disheartening, So he might be doing a little mind game.
He has used that height and possibly reach advantage to stymie Carlos quite a bit here on the way in.
He really should be pumping that jab out there and scoring with it, though. You know, your a reach advantage is no good if you're not using it. You should be sticking it out there. There it goes. There it goes. He's pumping a little bit.
There you get a good look at Carlos's fierce face as he gets swept. "30 seconds to go in the fight, Don. Like you said at the beginning of the fight, it's really anyone's for the taking."
You know, this is another one where you can win this big, like 10-8, you got it. Oops. Referee should have wiped his gloves on that one. Slip.
And the fight's over. Two good kids in there. Good respect. Two great schools. And they're going to talk shop. Did you hurt me? Were you hurt when I got that inside leg kick? Comparing notes.
I don't know about you, but I like it when they end and they're friendly. I don't like the whole style of UFC cussing each other out, talking bad about their religion, literally talking about, making racial slurs. And I don't like any of that. I come from traditional martial arts. Respect is your first lesson you learn in a dojo. Respect each other. You bow. You learn to bow, and that's a show of respect. And we used to do it in kickboxing. We bow to each other before we fight. I know they don't do it anymore, but that used to be part of the whole experience of the fight game. Is give it your best, but respect each other. At the end of this one, they both hugged each other, and that's what I grew up with when I was my first fight. I was 20 years old. First pro fight.
Judges are talking it over. Elian Rodriguez, Rico Brockington, Lou Martinez, and Dr. Denise Jacobs talking this one over. Another close fight, Don Wilson.
They told me that, but I don't usually believe what they tell me in the beginning of a fight, because you never know what's going to happen. And they said, no, these are all closely matched. These guys are records and their styles and their experience closely matched. And, that's good matchmaking when you do it that way. You don't want a situation where you have hometown guys, let's just say they're from this area, and then you bring in outsiders that are all subpar. And then you have all your local guys win. I guess part of the audience is happy to see that, but I like really to see the competition. I want to see guys closely matched. And these guys were, for sure.
There's the respect between these schools right there.
And at the end of 3 rounds, we go to the judges' table for a decision. Judge number 1 scores the bout 29-28, red. Judge number 2 scores the bout 29-28, blue. And judge number 3 scores the bout 29-28 in favor of the winner by split decision out of the blue corner, Jamari McNichols.
Razor thin, as close as a fight can be in going one direction or the other.
And Carlos, his undefeated record is gone.
Oh,
Yeah. So, and it was close. So, yeah, it was not
really?
no runaway either way.
Yeah.